Hello, everybody. Welcome to, no, this is not a class. Hi, this is the beginning of the week. I'm sending out a hello, a dispatch. Um, yeah, so it's all snowy outside. It snowed here yesterday and today. It was really warm and sunny, and it's going to be, I believe, tomorrow. That's what they say. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe go for a hike. But couple days ago, I just had to get out and paint. It was snowing, but I had to paint. I thought if Claude Monet could do it, I can do it. So I did it. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that cold, and it wasn't that snowy. But I went back to Lyons and I went at it again. And I'll post the image. It's not done. I got to fine tune things. It's getting there. Feels close. It does. I'd like to go back again, of course, once I find my motif. I'm sort of there. I'll probably be painting this for the next 5 years or something. Um, anyway, that was great to get outside. God. And looking forward to more outdoor painting. I'm just looking at the trees are full of snow. And what else? I wanted to share something with you. There was an interview that a dear friend of mine uh, from way back, we were painting buddies, Sarah Sands. She had an interview with Andrew Forage, who was our teacher at Yale. There's this There was a show at the Rhode Island College back when, 2001, and Sarah had a conversation with Andrew and asks at the end, and it's almost a prosaic question, but how do you think of your paintings in terms of content and meaning? Andrew, very long silence. I'm going to read this page. Okay? Very long silence and then laughing. Yeah, perhaps I should have steered clear of that word. Well, of course, if you are talking about any kind of art, I think forget about meaning unless you're prepared to talk about it on many, many different levels. I suppose at the almost basic level of all, there's an act of faith. And the act of faith consists simply of this, that if I do something with all my will and all my concentration, even if it's just putting down the tiniest mark, that if I really truly mean it with all of myself, all my strength, then I believe that it will mean something. So, in a way, that's the sort of root of the thing. But then moving on from that, there are the interests that a particular individual might have. And in that regard, there are, as far as I am concerned, two things that perhaps I can put into words, two more levels, if you like. One is the choice of the colors that I use. And that is where the figurative painter in me is still very, very much alive, and where my impulse, he's an abstract painter, Andrew Forge. I don't know if you can see. These are large paintings. How big is that? 50 by 80, 4 feet by, I don't know, what is that? 86.5. No, I don't know. What is that? Almost 7 feet. 4 feet by almost 7 feet. Okay, where am I? Colors, figurative, where my impulse to start a painting is always, I think I can say always, the result of having, I'm going to go back. One is the choice of the colors that I use. And that is where the figurative painter in me is still very, very much alive. And where my impulse to start a painting is always, I think I can say always, the result of having seen something, a thing, perhaps a group of things, a light, a sense of place, a time of day, that in the end focuses down to particular colors and how I would make them, almost how I would copy them. Look at a tree trunk on a winter's day. a particularly strange kind of cool greeny gray of bark against the emerald green of winter grass, or something like that. And I begin thinking about pigments. I begin, well, raw umber with a tiny bit of cadmium yellow pale, maybe worth trying. Just thinking when I am walking about, looking at things. And sooner or later, I want to actually start finding colors on the palette, putting them side by side. And quite an important moment before the painting, it's the only sort of preparation I make really, is I get those strips of paper and I just put colors down alongside each other and I develop some sort of sense of how they're going to fire off against each other. So that very painting has a specific color. I think of it as a color meaning that relates to desire, a desire that I felt. And desire is an important word because I think one does paint out of desire. So there's that. Then, on a rather different level, I'm just tremendously interested in what happens when the mind construes what it sees. I'm quoting myself here, but for 1,000 reasons that I don't want to go into, I've lost interest in representation as far as my own capacities are concerned. On the other hand, I'm extremely interested in recognition and how the eye looks at things and tries to make sense of them. And also how that process of looking seems in a very mysterious and labile sort of way, always to take a different course, and becomes involved in naming, in attaching words to sensations. And I suppose that I would want to claim that one level of the meaning of my paintings is that they present the eye with problems in recognition and of self-awareness. I mean, in the sense that I would like to think that an ideal viewer of my painting asks, what am I seeing at a certain point, and then works at it. Haven't read Andrew Forge's writings. He is tremendous. His book on Monet is a masterpiece. It's dense, but it is a masterpiece. And then there's his selected writings. He was a wonderful man. Anyway, hope you're all well. It's funny having a winter day in the middle of April. Winter days, really. I'd like to get back outside and paint. The painting's coming along. I'll post it. I said that. Yeah. I can't get a good picture with my phone, of course. If anyone knows what to do with a Samsung Galaxy phone to get the exposure to make sense, please let me know. Anyway, hope you're all well and painting and drawing and getting out there and okay. Take care, everyone. Be well. Bye-bye.